So, the NBA is constantly changing, and we just got word that James Harden got traded to the Brooklyn Nets of all teams. This is absolutely insane. New York strip clubs, y'all stock price is going way up. Thank God, your savior is here. James Harden is here. So, in this crazy-ass trade, the Nets get James Harden, the Rockets get Karis LeVert, Dante Exum, Kurucs, 4 first-round picks and 4 pick swaps, and the Cavs get Jarrett Allen and Taurean Prince. This is absolutely insane. And not only that, it's now being reported that Victor Oladipo has been traded to the Houston Rockets in exchange for Karis LeVert. What is going on? So, all in all, Harden goes to the Nets, Oladipo goes to the Rockets, and Karis LeVert goes to the Indiana Pacers. As for the Nets, they definitely won this trade in my opinion. Sure, they gave up a lot of picks, but you have a super team of Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. That is arguably the most talented trio of superstars we've seen in NBA history. That is absolutely crazy. A lot of people are going to say, oh, well, there's only one basketball, but it doesn't matter. Do you see the star power on this team? This team is arguably the most talented team in the NBA. In fact, I'm going to go out and say that they're already the most talented team in the NBA because of this trade. Sure, they lost some depth, but you have 3 all-NBA players on your team. We have to understand that. And not only do they have these guys for 1-2 years, they have all 3 of these guys through the 2023 season. That means that they're here for the long run. We have a potential chance to see a Brooklyn Nets dynasty, depending on how things go and how injuries and all of that plays out. But this is absolutely exciting. I think that the Brooklyn Nets are absolutely the favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference, and it's going to be an absolute movie to see what's going to happen between them and what's going to happen in the NBA Finals, which I think we all know that they're going to go to. So with the trade out of the way, the Nets look to have a starting lineup of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Jordan. That is so crazy to think about. As for the Rockets, I honestly think this is one of the better deals that they could have got. Sure, they didn't get Kyrie Irving, but given all of his issues lately, I don't think anyone would want Kyrie Irving right now. But think about this, right? They got 4 first-round picks. The protections are unknown at the moment, but they have 4 potential first-round picks, and they have 4 pick swaps to go along with that. 8 picks over how many years? They're looking like the Oklahoma City Thunder. But in addition to this, they also got a somewhat replacement. You know, you can't really replace James Harden, but they got what is the best replacement you possibly could have had in Victor Oladipo, who's been having a bounce-back season this year. And yes, Oladipo is not Harden. He's definitely not James Harden, but removing James Harden from that Houston locker room is going to benefit that team in regards to team chemistry. Sure, the record may not show it, but the locker room situation, the whole tension between Harden and the rest of the team, the problem's solved now. Victor Oladipo is joining the team, and I expect the Rockets to be a somewhat decent team in the West. They're not going to be the powerhouse they once were about 3 to 4 years ago, but it's time to rebuild, and honestly, these are the right steps in the right direction for them. So should Houston stay healthy, they have a pretty solid starting lineup. It's John Wall, Victor Oladipo, Danuel House, PJ Tucker, and Christian Wood, who has been playing absolutely amazing this season, that I might add. And as for the Pacers, they got themselves a very solid piece in Karis LeVert. And honestly, this is a trade that I thought at first didn't make sense, but looking at Oladipo's history in Indiana, it was reported numerous times that he wanted out of Indiana, despite how many times that he refuted that statement. So, I guess there was maybe some underlying locker room issues with Oladipo and the team, even though he was playing extremely well for them this season, and the Pacers were one of the top teams in the East. So, the Indiana Pacers are probably going to have a starting lineup of Malcolm Brogdon, Aaron Holiday, Karis LeVert, Domantas Sabonis, and Miles Turner. That is a very, very good starting lineup. Brogdon is one of the top guards in the league despite him not getting any recognition. Sabonis is doing his thing, and Miles Turner is protecting the rim like a madman. But wow, this is absolutely crazy for the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, you gotta think about it. They basically mortgaged their whole future, all of their depth, in order to get James Harden. The team will definitely need to look for another center to back up or even start in front of DeAndre Jordan, but honestly this trade is looking like a win for most of the teams in this situation. Like, you have to think about this. The Nets have arguably the top 3 ISO scorers in the league. Oh my goodness, this team is about to be so nasty. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Nets, Rockets, and Pacers deal. Honestly, all these teams I think came out with pretty good deals for them. All W's all around. The Nets got Harden. The Rockets got all of these picks as well as Victor Oladipo in order to start their rebuild. And the Pacers got rid of a disgruntled star. Honestly, it's a win-win for all teams. Thank you very much for watching the video, and if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you very much for watching again, and as always, have a good one.